a cup of coffee, so I'm alive. Ooh. I am alive.
How you guys doing out there? I miss you guys.
We're doing great. Did you hear that?
Yeah, man, it makes me feel good.
Cool. Yeah, so it's a beautiful day. We're now in stage 2 of this so-called quarantine thing.
It's moving along slowly, but it's moving in the right direction. Right?
I'm hoping. I think it is what it is, and we're just having to deal with it day by day. You know, I think when you think too far ahead, or you think... I definitely know you have to think too hard, especially like with a business, but I think you also got to kind of like know your limitations and kind of hang back a little bit and watch what other people do. Because I think there's going to be a lot of people making mistakes, and you can play off mistakes.
I've actually seen a couple businesses open.
Oh, there's a lot open
nearby, and they're not even trying to hide it. They're just like in and out. And
I know of a barbershop that's open right now. If I wanted to, I chose not to go, but
yeah, I know of a couple gyms that have opened, and I'm just like,
it's a risky thing, man, because I get our freedoms and stuff like that, but I mean, I would feel so bad if I got something and I was just a carrier, but I gave it to you, which you in return gave it to your parents, and I mean, that's a whole thing, man.
Yeah, and then the other side of things, the financial side of things, like us, for example, we just built this amazing place. There's a lot of sacrifice in that, a lot of risk in that. You just make that risk like skyrocket if you open before you're supposed to, because if they revoke your business license, essentially you can't do business, and you're still on the hook for the lease and all the overhead, right? People that wouldn't, like our employees, for example, wouldn't get a paycheck, wouldn't be able to work. Our instructors, 31 instructors, wouldn't be able to teach, wouldn't be able to follow their passion. Our student body would lose their home.
There's definitely a backlash, right? Yeah. I mean, also publicly, I mean, you got the people who are like, freedom! And then you got other people who are just like, stay in this quarantine.
And the thing is, I won't even say that I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm actually towards the more the freedom thing, but I
shame on you.
I do it in moderation, and I do it like what the decisions I make day to day regarding this pandemic and the business and the school and all that are very measured, very, very measured, because I care about everybody here. And the whole fight, right? The whole fight isn't fighting for a business; it's fighting for our community, and every decision being made is based on that. So we have to be really careful about what we're doing and do it when we're supposed to.
The hardest thing is because I know a lot of people with their own personal businesses. So, coming from that end, it's like, oh yeah, we need to get our economy going and get it going and get things going. But there's also that dangerous, you're toting the line, with a lot of things. But, like I said, that's why you got to be careful and you got to watch and be diligent on looking at what's going on. Because I honestly think people are going to make some big mistakes and going to cost them.
And you see a lot of it because you work for the city, and you get to be part of a lot of that stuff.
It's true. They'll pull your business license, and I've seen it with a couple restaurants in Garden Grove. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but I don't care. But I've seen it where they've had to close down a couple people, and they won't be back in business, and that's a shame.
That is a shame.
But I get it from their end too. It's like, hey, I got to make my rent, got to pay my employees. You got a lot of burden.
Yep. I'm gonna put something out there. It's hot in here, like really hot. We don't have the setup where we have like a nice AC and there's actually a really nice breeze outside. But if we open up this door, it cools it down like perfectly in here, but then it's too loud and it messes up the sound and stuff. So if you guys see us shiny or sweating or doing this every now and then or often, it's because it's really hot in here. But we do this because we love it.
It's friggin' hot in here. Hey, so let's talk about some stuff. The other day, I'm at home. I love music. I'm barbecuing. I got like old 70s music going. Ooh. It's my choice. Like when I'm like chilling, 70s rock is like my southern rock, especially is like my thing. It's biker music stuff that I grew up on, or oldies on Sunday. Sundays barbecue oldies. Friday nights are 70s old rock. Saturdays are my era. That's when I start doing the hip hop and like hairspray music, and weekend, cause
we got like no like. There's no center for us, right? It's just like either one extreme or the next.
So that was my question, because I do know you like music and I love music and you love music.
Yeah.
What are you listening to right now? And what do you listen to in certain areas, times, days?
It's funny that you say that because it really does work like that for me. Depending on where I'm at, what I'm doing is kind of like the atmosphere I create with the music, right?
Yeah.
So like obviously before a podcast or before coming to headquarters, right? While I'm driving up here, there's a period of time where I have my children, right? So as we're driving up, it's all traditional Spanish music. So right now we have on a song by that's called Llorona or La Llorona, and it's a beautiful melody. Like there's this beautiful guitars in the background.
Beautiful melody, but that's a scary little thing.
No. Well, the story's scary, but my daughter doesn't know the story. She just knows the beautiful song.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're playing. And so there's a lot of guitar in the background, violins and stuff. And there's this beautiful voice. It's sang by Pepe Aguilar's daughter. I don't recall her name, but he's a really well-known Mexican artist. And she, as soon as it's done, Papi, more Llorona! And then so I put it on. So we literally play it like 3 or 4 times before I ever drop her off. But as soon as I drop her off, and I see my parents, talk to my parents, check in, whatever, and then head over to the headquarters, I got, like I told you earlier, Wu-Tang, Triumph, that's like the first one that goes on. And then I got, some Moment of Truth on right after that. And then some of the other ones that you've sent me, and it just pumps me up. I just get into that. Into like I'm gonna take care of business right now, maybe some Ice Cube even coming up here, some some of that type of music. But as soon as I get here, this is like my Zen place. Like this is like my sanctuary, right? So then I just like throw on like the Carlos Santana, and it's just it's energetic, but it's mellow. You know what I mean? It's mellow. Some ZZ Top,
I like ZZ Top. ZZ Top's good,
because it's like it's upbeat. But it's within reason, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally get that. I love. Okay, so this sounds really weird, but when I'm like 10 o'clock ish at night, I love like soft rock ballads.
At night, you say?
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Like what?
Like soft rock. It's corny. Corny shit.
Like Coast 103 or
yeah,
something?
Kind of like Coast stuff, man.
Hey, fair enough. Whatever.
Hey,
to each their own.
I can sing some Lionel Richie songs. Come on. I'm all good with it.
Oh, you're talking about baby making music.
Yeah, I could get down with Toto here and there.
Okay.
Little aha, little 80s music, soft rock.
Okay. All right.
But I'm also a big hip hop guy. I love hip hop. Love underground hip hop. Love like all kinds of hip hop.
Have you ever, speaking of hip hop, and you said underground, have you ever listened to LA Symphony?
I have listened to LA Symphony.
Those guys are good, man.
They're really good.
Yeah.
Like Murs is one of my favorite. I like the Grouch. If I lived in like San Francisco Bay Area, I'd be like.
If you had all the shows.
No,
you wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
No, because
it's quarantine.
Yeah.
Because there's a pandemic.
We're living. You see, we start talking and we get into this world and then it's just like, oh wait a minute, not anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'd be like loving like that type of music.
Yeah.
But I also like punk rock. People don't realize that about me.
Yeah, you sent me a couple to listen to.
Yeah, I'm a big punk rock guy. Not because like every music you listen to stems from the people around you. And I grew up like in an area where it was.
Well, you got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, cholos, and you had skateboarders, and you had surfers, and you had this, and I got into ska, reggae, and all that. So yeah, I'm a big reggae.
I was just gonna say that you listen to a lot of reggae.
Yeah, I listen to a lot
especially
of
on the
reggae.
weekends.
I love reggae. Yeah.
Usually when we talk on the weekends, I can hear it in the background, or you'll send me something. It's usually something with some like reggae.
It's spiritual music, man. People don't think about it, but it's very spiritual music. Also, it has a lot of drug references in it, but it also has a lot of. It talks about God a lot. And it's very spiritual. It's very good music. I love reggae, but I also love like island music, like reggae, different type of reggae. I'm a huge fan of Hawaii, and there's a lot of different groups and bands that come from there.
Dude, there's this. I'm gonna see now. I'm gonna sound weird. There's a on Disney Channel Plus, Volcano. I think it's called Volcano. It's a song about a volcano that's lonely and finds another volcano.
Yeah.
Lava.
Lava you.
Yes.
Lava you.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Christina. And no joke, I love that. There's times where I'm driving and I'll just put it on and I listen to it and I love it. Even like the way they did the cartoon with it and stuff. Yeah. But you can listen to it without the cartoon and it's an awesome song. That's a little weird, right?
No.
It's music though.
It's
but it's like
really
you feel that, you know? It's
that
like,
actually is a really good song. Yeah. So that's why I got into Tiki Bars. Because Tiki Bars have cool music usually, and you can go and it's just like chill music.
Yeah, it's the atmosphere is like just a laid back.
Yeah, for sure. And then again, I got a lot of grunge. I grew up 80s kid, so when I was in my 20s, grunge music came out, and when you work blue collar, and I was a driver for Pepsi back then, I knew different types of people. So.
You're stopping in different neighborhoods and all this stuff.
So you get into different types of music and stuff like that. So I got into some grunge music, and I love going to live performances. I've been to like tons of different types of concerts, man.
Listen, everything you feel the music different when you're live.
Yeah,
it's
different. It's a different environment. Different. I've gone to concerts. I've literally had to work when I worked for their pro team for Pepsi. I literally went to like gangster rap. I've been to Ice Cubes. I've been to Warped Tour, punk rock strip, K-Rock Rini Rose several times. Been to Lollapalooza several times.
Oh wow! Yeah.
I've been to before these. There were these festivals. They had all these little things, Yeah, so. I love music, and live music gets you into other types of music. If you see it live, it's different than hearing it. Like country western music, I'm sorry, I'm not a big fan of it. But if I hear it live, it's different than listening to it just at home.
Yes, I'm not crazy about it, but you know what? I understand it.
Right.
Like, you listen to it, you just take a minute, you listen to it, you get it. You're like, yeah, okay, I can see that, I get it. Yeah, I can respect that. Do you play any instruments?
I don't.
I don't either. And maybe that's why we love music so much, because we can't do it. Yeah. And it's just like, man, there's just so much there. Like, there's songs, right, that are playing, and you don't even have to hear the words, but you could feel, like you could just feel that whatever that message,
I've always wanted to play an instrument. Always. When I was a kid, my mom was like, "You got to do something." All right, I'm joining the band. And, she was like, "What are you going to play?" I was like, "Saxophone." There was no saxophone. They gave me the flute, and I hated it. And I hated it.
The flute?
Yeah, it just is like, I'm done. I don't want to do this. It's not what I want to do. I wanted a saxophone.
We have a really close friend of ours. He's actually a close friend of mine and a close friend of the studios. He helps us behind the scenes a lot. His name is Francis Rios. He and his family are the owners of Westminster's Arts Academy. Did I say that right? And he's always offering. He's like, "Hey, you guys, you guys can do classes. Your kids can do classes."
Really?
Like he's always trying to get us to do it.
Oh, really?
And he's the one that actually set up all the stuff for Zoom, the sound and stuff. Like for all this stuff, he's the one that gives me a lot of those pointers, because he does it on a daily basis, And if you want to learn an instrument, no matter what age you are, I'm sure that Francis Rios at Westminster's Arts Academy could give us a way to do that.
Dude, I'm going to take him up on that. I'm going to figure it out.
Usually I'd say like the guitar or like something awesome, like the saxophone, like you said, or like something that's like, I want to learn how to play the harmonica. I know that sounds weird.
Harmonica.
I know that sounds weird, but...
Okay, Stevie Wonder.
I was thinking more like, this is what I picture, okay? I learned how to play the harmonica.
I'm going to play the jug.
I want to learn how to play the harmonica because when I go camping, there's these moments where like you find somewhere to sit and you have this like beautiful view and it's like the atmosphere is right and it's just like I just wish I could play that.
Right now, I wish I had a harmonica.
I can't, I'm telling you, man. The harmonica would be my choice. What would be your choice of instrument?
Freaking saxophone.
It would be the saxophone. You take it back. Dude, I want the saxophone.
There's so many 80s songs where all of a sudden it just cuts to the saxophone and it's always the cool dude with the shade.
Yeah. Saxophone.
The cool dude.
We're gonna get you to play the saxophone. I'm sure that Francis can make that happen.
Yeah, I couldn't get the whole blow thing.
I'll tell you what's really cool as well. The violin, especially because I listen to a lot of mariachi music. The violin is deep and feeling. It's just it can make something really happy, really festive, or it can take you to the depths of.
So string instruments aren't as easy as people think. So people with violins, that's why they say people who play violins are pretty smart. Because
I don't know, is that true?
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. Who knows? You know, I don't know. Christina, look that up.
yes, please. Yeah. So Christina's supposed to be supporting us here, but she's chatting away over there on like social media, and she's not being very supportive right now.
Her Candy Crush scores are going down.
She's getting them through the roof.
But yeah, that's what I've heard. I mean, I don't know if that's a stereotype.
I'm pretty sure it's a stereotype. We're gonna chalk that up to being a stereotype.
I don't know, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's coming from Gary, by the way.
It is what it is. You know? I agree with you though. Their violin is like one of those gorgeous things that you. Same with the piano. Same with the piano. It has a lot of feeling and it's pretty deep. And my grandma used to have a piano, and we'd go in there and I'd try to play. I'd get so frustrated because it was like there's too many of.
Check this out. He actually has a class. They have a class. I know that they have a class for kids. I don't know the age. We can ask them, but it has to do with music. So like I think it's like piano. It's like certain instruments, but they link it with mathematics. I don't know how they do it, but I'm really interested in that because Ximena keeps on telling me that she wants to play the instrument. She wants to play piano. She says piano and guitar. I don't want her to go guitar because then she's gonna become the way she is already with her like big personality. She's gonna be like this rock star, and I don't want a Rolling Stone. I'd rather have her be laid back and chill with the piano and stay at home.
I don't know, man. Look at Elton John. Elton John was a Rolling Stone, man. He was pretty crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm messing, man. She can learn whatever she wants, but I really am interested in that. The classes, it just says like it links the music with the mathematics, and I just find that like,
dude, I want to learn the keyboard. That would be interesting because I'd be like, take on me.
Yeah.
I would love to.
Well, you can learn the keyboard, but then the singing maybe leave it to
singing
someone else.
comes along with it, man.
No,
singing always comes along with it.
You go one or the other. Hence the harmonica, because I cannot sing while I'm playing the harmonica.
Because you're not Stevie Wonder. Yeah. That's the only guy I know is like. Damn, that guy can play the harmonica, you know? Him or Bob Dylan, but even then he's Bob like... Dylan. You know, he can't sing, sing and play either.
I don't even know what it's called.
Hey, but if he can sing, I can sing. I mean, I like Bob Dylan, but he ain't fucking Christina Aguilar, you know what I mean?
Oh, man. So, mariachi music is a big go-to, like, for us. Like, even if it's just like a mellow day, like a Sunday, for example, you wake up, we're cooking breakfast, and you'll hear some, like, maybe mariachi music. Now, I know what you're thinking at home. Oh man, but how do you listen to that loud? Look, the mariachi stuff that you guys listen to at restaurants, and that's not mariachi music. At least not the kind I listen to. There's some beautiful, like amazing.
Yeah, people don't realize stuff. That there's trios.
Yeah,
and
there's just so many good things out there, and just really well refined music. And so maybe in the future I can share some with you guys, some of my favorites. But mariachi music definitely sets a tone. It tells stories. It tells stories that we're very familiar with.
I love mariachi music because it does tell stories, and you kind of get lost in the music. You
get lost in music, and then every now and then you have a tear or two before you even know it. It's like
it's emotional music.
It is.
It's
a very emotionally charged music because it's not like the emotional where it just takes you to one place. It's emotionally charged where it can do either or.
I think that's where people don't realize that with Mexican music is mariachi music is very traditional with a lot of feeling behind it, but it gets passed on from generation to generation. So there's a lot of emotion.
Oh, there's a lot of built on it. Like you'll hear like a certain
favorite mariachi song.
Favorite mariachi song. That's really difficult.
I can tell you mine right now.
That's really difficult. But if I had to choose one, it would be Malaguena, Salerosa. It's just a beautiful song. The way it's written and the actual sound of it. And it's speaking of a female, speaking of a woman, in this case my wife, speaking of a woman that has these beautiful eyes. And but Salerosa, Malagueña Salerosa means kind of like salted, not bad person, but like someone that's kind of shunning him, or that person. So it's like he wants to see those eyes, but those eyes don't see him.
Hey, did you see how he did that? That was clever. That was a deposit into the husband account.
Absolutely. I'm doing that anytime I can.
Total deposit, dude. Total deposit. I'm telling you. I mean.
And I actually, that song, I actually sing it to my daughter, Ximena. She loves when I sing it to her. But I tell her, Ximena, I'll sing that song to you, but that's mommy's song. And she understands.
I had a crazy aunt. My whole family is a little bit nuts, but in the 70s, she was in the Army. She got out of the Army, and she was in a mariachi band.
Okay.
She was kind of well known in Mexico. Ramona was her name, Ramona Torres, and but she got us into mariachi music because she would just sing it out of nowhere. Just all of a sudden, sing.
But she sang well.
Oh yeah. It was fun because then we have parties and she would just belt out stuff and it was big music and it was like, whoa. Yeah. But she sang a song, didn't know what it was, didn't know, and then I heard it again and I've heard it 1,000 times. And dude, when I hear it, it's the most Cucurrucucu.
Oh, paloma.
Yeah, La Paloma. Yeah. Dude, that one right there is like the song that gets me the most, like.
And if you listen to what it says, I'm sorry guys, if you guys haven't heard that song, I'm gonna have to put these titles up.
You're gonna have to put that title up because that song.
Yeah, so we'll put those two titles up. Both of them, the way they're written, it tells a story. The one he's talking about is a story of a lot of pain, like anguish of a person that lost their love or their lover. In this particular case, it's someone that lost their partner. And the way it's written, though, I mean, the way it says that the sky trembled when this person would cry.
Yeah, and it's emotional.
I can feel it now just talking about it. But yeah, you know what? I agree with that. Yeah, I agree. It's a beautiful song. And it's sang by many mariachis but there's a couple, like the versions the version I'll put up will be something that's really
See, you would know better than that.
Even special to me. Yeah. Like it's a song that's really close to me as well. A song that I've actually played more than once throughout my life. So
I mean, we could go through genres. We could talk.
Oh, I know.
Hours. We could be like, hey, what's your favorite song?
Yeah, for this or that.
This or that. Like.
A lot of people don't know this. And I want to say this since we're talking about mariachi music. Carlos Santana, he's from Jalisco, where my dad's side of the family's from, where tequila comes from, and where mariachi music comes from. Carlos Santana was born in the town, like half an hour away from where my father was born.
Oh wow!
And you see the type of music he has. It's very eclectic. It's diversity filled with instruments and different
I can see your dad being like, I knew Carlos, that son of a bitch.
But it's amazing to me that like I love Carlos Santana, and then I found that out after the fact, and I'm just like, dude,
that's why I have some meaning to you.
It's beautiful, man.
I like Carlos Santana, probably not as much as you, because sometimes I'm just like, I can't listen to how long. Because sometimes this music goes on forever.
He's feeling it. He's rocking out.
Yeah, I get it. No, I get it. But there's all kinds of great music. I'm a big fan of Smokey Robinson.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
I'm alright with that.
Literally, like, Smokey is my favorite. Like, that guy, he can sing anything. And I'd be like,
he still does a lot of stuff.
I'd throw my shirt at Smokey if he was Smokey!
Well, the good thing is it's your shirt. Good.
I was going to say something else.
We'll keep it at shirt. We'll keep it at shirt. Smokey Robinson. What about at home? Like what? Okay, so like if you're listening to something, usually you're in the garage, like pumping iron or maybe barbecuing in the backyard.
Okay, there's different soundtracks for different
areas of your house. Yes, I love it.
Yeah, different areas of the house.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. The garage, lifting weights, it's always gangster rap.
Okay,
It goes back
I'm okay
to
with that.
West Coast gangster rap, not what it's specific. Tupac, Ice Cube, NWA, Cypress Hill. Yeah, that anything in a mix with that, I'm good with. Fine, can listen to that. I'm washing clothes, hanging out, chilling. I'm probably listening to like 70s, like chill out music, you know. A Friday night at my house, if I'm doing a puzzle by myself or I'm hanging out with the kids or something, you're definitely gonna hear some funk.
Yeah.
I'll throw in a lot of funk. I went to Funk Fest last year. Oh man, that was the best. Me and 1,000 cholos just hanging out there, dude. Yeah, I was out of my environment completely, but it was the best music. I love the Barcades. I love who else did I see? Evelyn Champagne King. Oh man, I could go on forever when it comes to funk. You know, I'm a huge Time fan. I love the Time. I love just anybody with a little fucking grit right into it. You know? Then Sundays are for reggae. I love reggae. Yeah. I put it on early.
Knows you out a little bit.
And my family knows that, and they're into Sunday reggae. They'll put it on sometimes before me.
Very
you
cool.
know? Yeah, different things. If I'm feeling it, I got really into going to concerts in the parks for a little while and following a couple. They call it yacht rock, so it's like 70s soft rock music. Dude, I love it. I'll put on my captain's hat.
What's going on, man? Let's talk about this.
Out,
Let's dig into this a little bit.
Yeah.
What's going on? I mean, what's attracted you to this?
Pina coladas and hot old ladies.
I should have asked. Maybe it's like a sense of like a sophistication, you know.
I think it's a lot of reminiscing.
Okay.
So it's music that just feels good, you know. That like it's like, oh yeah, I remember that song. Oh yeah. And then a couple beers in or a couple drinks in, and you're like singing along with that song. And you're like
that escalated real quick.
You know what I mean? Dude, I can sing. People think I can't, but I think I can. So that's all that matters to me, you know.
Yeah, I like taking it way to the other side of the other spectrum is like electronic music, right? So like,
I can get into electronic music, man.
There's some really bad stuff out there, but there's some good beats out there, good stuff that we use like for training and stuff.
So you were probably on the early end. You were probably in your early years. I was in my later teens. 20s, right. You were probably in your teens when electric music came out. So like,
they had the party crews and stuff out there.
I can listen to
I was never part of them, but dude, I know that they were there.
I can listen to like Black Box. I can listen to like all those old set it up. Yeah. Oh yeah, are you kidding me? I was into that big time.
That's cool. Big
time into club going dancing. People don't realize that. I love that.
Dude, hey, listen. If there's a beat and there's some space, I'm dancing.
Dancing, dude. Dancing is it's in my blood.
So
all I want to do is dance.
So this might be funny for you guys. You can poke fun at this later. Disco music. I love it. I love disco music. I think I just said that out loud.
That's okay, man.
Hey, so Donna Summers. Hey, Donna Summers.
That's pretty
Donna Summers,
inspirational music, believe it or not. So disco music, I can get.
I don't know if you're making fun of you right now. If you're really going along with it.
Disco. No. Disco music is like my era, man. That's like. I grew up right in that time where people were either burning disco. Or playing rock. Disco, yeah, so it's like, I mean? And then it came full circle in the 90s where then all of a sudden it was like these disco parties started popping up. And Disco's great too, man. Everything's great as long as it evokes an emotion.
So the way I see music, and the reason why I'm so open-minded with music, because I really do listen to like everything. I give everything a shot. I see it as kind of like martial arts, like it's an expression of something.
Oh yeah, completely.
Right? You don't have to understand that expression, but just listen and just watch, just observe. You don't have to be part of it either, but you could watch and observe. Now, you could always be part of it as well, right? If you decide to push play on a certain song or whatever, now you're being part of it, right? If you decide to dance to it, you're being part of it, right? Same thing with martial arts. You can watch, you can make your own critiques about it and all that. If you decide to step on the mat and try something, then you're being part of it, right?
Yeah, and I get that. That's why I think live music is that it evokes that, First time I went to a punk rock concert, and I wasn't really into punk rock at the time, and went there and ended up getting a black eye.
Did you jump in the mosh pit?
I did jump in the mosh pit, and I got my butt handed to me.
Oh, that's funny.
But I got up, and I thought it was the greatest. I got it. Like, all of a sudden, I was like, I get this. It's about just being dirty and having fun, and like it's a culture. It is a cultural thing, It's a generational thing, It's like I get it, And it helped that I had friends that are really into it,
right.
And that kind of helps when you hear good versus something that's not so good. You know what I mean? Or seeing a band. One of the concerts I went to an epic concert. I saw Cypress Hill, House of Pain, the Beastie Boys.
Where was this at?
And L7. It was at Irvine Meadows.
Wow.
So L7's a full girl lesbian punk band.
Irvine Meadows?
No, it's gone.
Yeah, the last concert I actually saw there was Carlos Santana.
Oh, really? Yeah.
It was awesome too.
So, yeah. I got beat up at the Cypress Hill concert.
What is going on?
Mosh pit thing, and then but didn't see it coming.
No.
I've
been in a mosh pit once, and I actually enjoyed myself.
Yeah, that's fun.
But I got lucky.
There's guys who are.
I got lucky. I got out unscathed, but I had to try it at least once, and I did, and it's cool. I don't need to go back, but it was cool,
Yeah, that was a good concert. First concert you ever went to?
First concert? I don't even know. What is the first concert I ever went to?
On.
It was actually the first concert I've ever went to was probably a Vicente Fernandez concert. Vicente Fernandez in the Latin community is kind of like, who's the equivalent of? He's just like, think who's the biggest kind of like star for us in the States, like a kind of like American apple pie kind of way.
Oh yeah, he's definitely.
He's like an Elvis Presley. He's like an Elvis Presley for
sure.
any. I'm not just saying Mexico. I'm saying for all Latin America. He's very well known. He's a legend. He's a living legend. That's probably the first concert I went to.
That's what I want to. There's a T-shirt out that has him pouring some tequila, drinking the tequila out of the bottle. I want that T-shirt.
Yeah, he's like leaning backwards, right?
Leaning backwards. My very first concert, Michael Jackson. Baby.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You got to see Michael Jackson?
Yeah, Victory Tour, Dodger Stadium.
You're kidding.
Yeah. And then second concert, I can tell you all my concerts in a row. Like second concert was Lionel Richie.
Yeah, see, we didn't really go to concerts because we were poor, but it's good to hear all this fun that you were having when you were a kid. It's good. It's good to hear all this cool stuff that.
I wasn't poor. We spent our money on crap. I mean. We were poor, but...
Yeah, when you went to that first concert with Michael Jackson, I was probably looking for something to eat, That's cool, though. I'm glad you had a great time.
But Michael Jackson at least would have thought of you when he sang that song. Been like that poor little Mexican kid. I'm just saying. I'm staring at the man in the mirror.
See, I love that song, too.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, man.
Hey, listen, some people... So how do you separate... the music with the person? So some people don't like Michael Jackson for reasons, right? And some people love the music. Some people don't listen to the music because they don't like. So how do you do that? How do you separate, or do you just listen to the music, or not necessarily just Michael Jackson, but there's other stars or groups out there that stand for something. And if you listen to them, are you supporting that, or is it you supporting the music? And is there a differentiation?
Yeah, I think that's probably that probably goes back as long as music's been around. I mean,
polarizing, right?
Personalities and their storytelling are always. It's anything with acting, music. Even you could have some skeletons in the closet.
Oh, we all do. Are you kidding me? We all have a tail step on.
Sleepovers with.
No, not at all.
Michael Jackson could have picked you up when you had nothing to eat. He picked you up and had a sleepover with you. I know. That's how you met Michael.
So that's what we call a step and pivot, right? We're gonna go ahead and step and pivot right now.
We're getting ugly over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna reel you back in like you've done with me before. Okay.
Dude, so many concerts I've been to. I love live music. Yeah.
So you obviously do go to a lot of concerts, even as a grown up, or was it just?
No, probably up until my 20s. Dude, people don't know this, but I'm a huge fan of. So there's two groups that I'm a huge fan. It's really, it's really kind of like people are gonna be like, "Can we have your man card back?" I'm a huge fan of New Edition. Okay. I've seen them play several times. I love New Edition.
I still love you, man.
I thought I was Bobby Brown forever.
Oh my god.
Man, I love New Edition. And I had a mad crush. Obviously, you can tell that I'm a Jackson fan, but I had a mad crush on Janet Jackson. I've seen 5 of her concerts.
5 of her concerts? I think that...
I see
concerts
Janet,
than I've ever been
dude, to. And that's when my chonies would be like, Janet! Dude, I love her. It was like...
So what are you listening to right now in your car?
Right now?
Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is this kind
Hey,
of...
listen, at this point, you just gotta say what's there. It's like Purple Rain or something.
No. I listen to... I get into music when I start listening to people's lyrics now, so I like stories behind it. And Michael Posner, I think his name is. Listen to him in heavy rotation, Halsey. So it's kind of like that dance music type stuff. Kind of into that right now. Yeah.
Who would have known?
I'm kind of into that right now. Because I like to dance especially when I'm at home. I just get like, Justin Bieber. I'm a believer, dude. I love Bieber. I think he's the man, dude. I think he's great. I think if I were a teeny bopper, I'd be like, oh, Justin Bieber.
Wow.
I'd be like this, hard.
Step and pivot. So clock theory in our curriculum. Pivot. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move on from this one too.
Wait, but you gotta have like somebody you listen to that you're like. You said disco, but
listen, the worst one that I could possibly and honestly come up with was Donna Summers.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, now you're making me feel bad.
Hey, but to each their own, man. I get it. It's
I put on some of the music I listen to. You guys are gonna be like, "What? Let's have a party." It's all about. There's this song right now by the group called Sacrifices. It's a really good song. This is a little pop song.
Okay.
I love that song. It's a good little song.
What's it about?
Just having a good day.
Okay.
I'll have to play it one of these times.
Ice Cube has one about having a good day.
Hey, that's a different Gary. I have multiple personalities, bro.
It seems like you do.
I have multiple personalities. You catch me on a day where, like, I am having crisis. I'm kind of gangster, dude. You catch me on a day where, I'm borderline, like... feminist, dude. Like borderline.
Hey, listen.
Super, like...
It's funny that you say borderline feminist because you guys can all laugh at this. I consider myself a feminist. You know what? The stronger our women are in society, the stronger men are in society.
So I was brought up by strong women.
Dude,
it's funny you say that.
My mom, my wife, my
people,
aunts.
People ask, you're funny, but your personality. Where did you get it from? Your dad? And no, dude. I got it from my mom. My mom was raunchy. My mom was like gritty. First person I ever got punched in the face by was my mom.
She seems like a fun person.
Oh yeah, she punched me right in the face.
You probably deserved it.
I've seen my mom fight. How many people can say you see your mom fight? Come on. That's what I'm saying. I mean.
Yeah, strong women.
But I did. I had my Aunt Ramona. I have my Aunt Verge, who was a Santa Ana captain, PD.
Nice.
She ran the women's jail for about 8 years. I have all my cousins and my mom's that she grew up with. She was very close to them, and I grew up with them. They always watched me, always around them. My Aunt Socorro. Hardcore.
You have a Tia Socorro too?
Yeah.
I do too.
She's
a beautiful woman.
Yeah, she was a hardcore, mean lady, but she was fun to be around.
Oh, my Tia Socorro is super nice.
Oh, no.
But she actually is very
But she
strong.
was the one who was, the matriarch of, a certain area, where everybody went to. Then my mom kind of became that, and then it's kind of lost right now in my family. But, yeah. No, I was brought up by strong women. I appreciate a strong woman. Definitely. In fact, women push me around. I get that a lot. People are always like, how come around guys you're always
that's because you're a big teddy bear. I mean, listen.
Care Bear.
We'll tell that story some other time. Yeah, I mean, I have a daughter, right?
You'll be listening to Donna Summer.
I have a daughter, and that's one reason why I love that she comes to the studio. She's around McKenna, Alicia, Rosario.
Yeah.
All these people, Miss Page, Miss Daniela, all these up and comers, and they're all strong.
ADHD, man. That was like squirrel.
Yeah. Ximena, being surrounded by strong women in the studio, right? But outside of the studio, it's her mom super strong. All the tias and cousins she has around her are super strong.
So,
my sister-in-law, everybody is just
his daughter is so lovable, but that can go two different directions, dude.
She's a very just like the music we listen to, right?
Yeah,
it's just very emotionally charged.
She's
a firecracker.
Tough little girl, man.
She's a firecracker for sure.
Dang, I was like, I've spent a little time with her and played with her, and then all of a sudden I'm like, dude, I need to take a break. This kid is on fire right now. And this guy feeds them every hour.
They eat. I don't know where they put it. I mean, so we're making it through the pandemic. If the pandemic instead was a food shortage, we wouldn't have made it through. I mean, they eat so much. Both of them do. Baby Luca and Ximena, I don't know where they put it, but they burn it off for sure because they're just go, right?
Ximena for sure is go.
Well, and that's another reason why she needs strong women around her.
That's what I'm saying.
Give her some direction.
It could go two directions right there. Easily. She could be the rebel right around teenage years. You haven't experienced teenage years.
She's not going to be a rebel. If she starts being a rebel, we're going to lock her up in the room, just not let her out.
Yeah.
And she'll be a sweetheart the rest of her life.
Papa, this is my boyfriend.
No, man. No
Jerome.
way. No way. There's that's it's not going to happen. We got a long time to go before then, okay? She just started school,
They learn fast, man.
Oh, man. That's why we're going to keep her busy in Krav Maga and other types of sports and shooting some bow and arrow. Just keeping her real busy, That's the way
to go.
That's what my parents did with me.
Sports keep activities.
Keep them so busy that they're tired.
Yeah,
it's just
that's the way to do it, man. Keep your kids busy.
Yeah.
That was my goal in theory. That if my kids stay busy, they would never be bored and they would learn something all the time.
Idle hands.
Yep.
Right. But yeah, going back to what we were talking about strong women, even in the Mexican culture, a lot of people don't think about this. We talk about the macho man, big mustache, big, always working with their hands and always being in control. But the truth is, the Mexican culture is, and some people are going to hate me out there, but it's really led by the women. The men are that strong because if the men can't keep up with the women,
most Mexican men are like us, aloof to everything, and the women are the ones that are like, that's where I get the patas.
Listen, we'd like to think that we're in control, but we're not, man. And not only that, but I'll tell you what, we start talking about some of our tias, our aunts and stuff, and we just become big softies because these strong women love so strong as well, and they've loved us and they cared for us and they nurtured us growing up. And then totally. and I mean, look, even the pace of our conversation slowed down when we start talking about this because there's so much love there. They're strong, but it's all.
That's how strong my mom was, dude. I just went and visited her. It was her 6-year anniversary that she had passed away, so I went and visited her and I sat down and the first thing I started doing, I chuckled and laughed and I kept saying, I'm sorry I haven't visited you in a while. I kept saying, because I felt like she was going to strike me down right there.
With the chancla?
Yeah. So, yeah, that's how strong my mom was.
There's a movie that came out a couple years ago. I don't know how long ago. Coco?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, my God.
And they got it right.
They got it beyond right.
Yeah, they got it right.
So, I saw that movie, and I didn't necessarily want to go see it. I wanted to go see it, but I was like, yeah, okay, we'll go see it. I came out of that theater in tears, and people were looking at me like I was like, what's up with this guy?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't watch it in the theater because there had been so many of the movies already that were just. I was just like, nah, man, I'm not interested in that, and I just thought that it wasn't gonna be done right. Okay, so I already had seen plenty of them where, like there was another one called like The Book of Life or something, and they tried to do it, but I was over it.
Fun movie.
So I was over it, and Jacko, one of our black belts and instructors here, he kept on saying, Abel, you gotta see it, man. You gotta see it. And I'm like, all right, whatever. And then he finally said, it's on like Amazon Prime, like you could rent it or whatever. I'm like, all right, Jacko, I'm gonna watch it. Oh my God.
No, we went to the premiere.
I bawled my eyes out.
We went to the premiere.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
And I was like, I went in there like, this is gonna be a cool movie. Yeah, I came out like, what's going on?
Yeah, exactly, man.
I was, and Gabby, everybody was crying. My sons were crying because I was crying.
They on Disney Channel Plus right now. There's they have a Coco like remake, but it's at the Hollywood Bowl, so it's like with live music. It's amazing, guys. You got to check it out. If you have kids or if you're hanging out like on a Saturday or something with your family, just put that on. You're gonna love it. It's great music
and it's entertaining.
It's entertaining. Yeah, and between Coco the movie and Coco the Hollywood Bowl version of the live music, like I must have seen it 1,000 times already. Like Ximena and both baby, like you put it on, Baby Luca's just like.
There's two movies that have made me bawl like a baby. It was that one, and then when I was like 12 years old, I went and saw the movie The Champ. You ever get to see this movie?
I don't think I've.
It's with Ricky Schroeder and
I'm gonna check it out.
The Champ. Okay, it's about this old retired boxer who decides I'm gonna go in for one more payday, whatever, and then he passes away and leaves his son behind, and his son was at his corner on the. And his son's telling him, "Wake up, champ! Wake up!" Oh man, I cried like a little baby, and I was like 12 years old. Like, what's going on? I don't want to see this.
Who's crying? I'm not crying. You're crying.
Exactly. That's how I felt coming out of Coco. There was like,
I'm telling you, they got it right.
I walked out of there, and Gabby was like, "You okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm not okay. I'm emotionally done right now." Like. That ending is like when Officer she speaks, it's like, oh,
yeah. I mean, I've shared this with you, but like over the past,
remember me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, really. I mean, really, over the past few years, I've lost three of my like really just kind of like you said, like kind of like the glue or the rocks, like in our families. My tia Luz, my tia Stella, my tia Eva. And
yeah, and it's real, especially in Mexican culture. It keeps your family together, and when you lose that like structure, or those are the women that are making food, cleaning, and telling you to get your butt in the house,
but loving you,
loving you, and you just have memories, and it's just like. Yeah. Then when that's gone, and you see a movie like that, ooh man, that's just pulls right there.
I actually thought I was going to share a couple stories, but I don't think I can talk about it right now. But I'll save it for some other time. I'll work up the courage.
We can have sad story time.
Yeah. I'll work up the courage to do it.
Yeah, because we're both emotional guys. I'm really an emotional person, and it's taken me a long time to admit that. When I was a little younger, I go both ways. I can rage, or I can just be whatever, and as you get older you start realizing that it's better to be emotional. It's better to show you and not hide those feelings, and care about people and love and show that.
Absolutely.
Because we've had people like that
especially being in the atmosphere that we're in, like in the martial arts atmosphere. We're taught to like heart and the mind, and you'll always hear me say that heart and the mind, body follows. But guys, there's a balance to it. You can't be all rock and no water, right? Like it's there has to be a balance to it. and it's okay to be balanced.
Yeah.
It's actually healthy to be balanced.
Yeah, and the only way to actually harden the mind is to go through some
tough times,
some muck, man.
Yeah. And in order to get through that muck, you gotta cry sometimes.
Yeah,
you gotta feel sometimes.
That's the only way to get through it sometimes, you know.
Yeah. Because what's the point of getting out of something, right? Like, let's say that we go through this life of ours and we go through some hard times and we make it through. But what's the point of making it through if you're just this piece of iron? Don't feel a thing.
Yeah,
and
seriously.
It's just not. I don't know. That's not my version of the life that I want to live, or what I want to, or the story I want to leave behind.
That's funny that you
I want
say
people
that.
to know that I felt something when I was alive.
Yeah, I always think about that. That's the new thing that is kind of going on with me. Is I'm gonna leave something behind, kind of a legacy, something that people remember me by and get remembered, but for like good things. You know, I don't want to be remembered as the guy who always cussed.
Hey, listen, there's worse things. You know, I mean, the world we live in, there's worse things. But the truth is, I mean, with the type of work that we do here at the studio, we can work towards that, and that's what I'm working towards. You know, I used to. A lot of people don't know this, but I used to work in.
Baller.
I used to work in a different type of kind of atmosphere where it was about numbers. You know, it was about numbers, and it was about, you know, doing business and cranking numbers out. I mean, you know, doing business.
His nickname was Rico Suave.
And it's just at some point I had to make a choice. You know, if I continued that route or if I continued another route. And it was a fork in the road, and I chose the route that definitely makes me a lot less money, but that really allows me to someday maybe be gone.
Probably people in that business looked at you like you are crazy, because when you chase money like that, though, that's called money chasing, and when you're young, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're supposed to do when you're young. But when you hit that fork in the road, and these people are still chasing.
Well, I mean, I had a lot of support too, like because my father had done the same type of business for 20-something years. So I had all the support in the world. He had his own company and all that. So like, if I wanted to continue growing that, I could have gone that route. But you know, there was something in me that just I wasn't. So like the Abel you see today wasn't the Abel back then. Like I like
when you talk about yourself in the third person.
I wouldn't be the person I am today. You know, if I would have made that choice, I would.
Still, there's got to be. I mean, you're in the money business, so there's got to be people that looked at you like,
this guy's an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure, and maybe they're still out there. Sorry.
Well, you are an idiot,
but you know what? You know, you really just you put your feet in the ground, and either you humble yourself or life humbles you, and I went through both of it. You know, at this point in my life, there's other things way more important.
See, and I respect that, because I mean, I've been a dad since I was 20 years old, so I mean, my goals changed.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't say for worse or for better. They changed. My mindset was about building a family and taking care of my family and my wife and making sure that they got through. Like I put my wife through college, and I worked crappy hours, graveyard shifts. You know, for years I've done everything and anything from custodial to whatever.
Make it happen.
You know, and I think that shapes you. But it's just funny how there's different people who treat you differently that way. You know, when you have a family, you're supposed to stay safe and do the right thing.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't say I didn't really have the choice. I just never thought of it until I got a little older. And this is what I always tell you, man. I am jealous of your freedom. Like, I'm tired of working for the man. I want to be the man, you know? It's like...
Yeah, but I've also said it too, and I think I've said it before, even on one of these podcasts. It's like, the grass isn't always greener. And sometimes I'm like, man, I wish I could clock in, clock out, have no worries, just get paid for showing up and just doing whatever I have to do on that list. But at the same time, like you said, and I think about it, I'm like, you know, first off, the legacy I'm going to leave behind. Secondly...
I'm going to call bull BS, dude. Because whenever I call you, you're doing something cool, you're doing something fun, you're having
it still
and
work.
you're running your business.
Yeah.
Think about that. Whenever you talk to me and I'm at work, I'm like, I can't even say the words that I tell you how I feel.
I can't either.
And
the words that he says, I cannot repeat.
and because I'm working for something that isn't my goals and my dreams, and you're going for that. So I respect that. I mean, I just call BS because I think you're happier than you know. I just think you're in a tough time right now.
Yeah, I the only reason why I'm able to do this too, and it's fair to say,
why I was able to do this? Because I'm here.
Yeah, well, this podcast, yes, because it was completely his. Actually, most of the stuff that happened here at the studio are the idea of the people, the ideas of the people surrounding me. Or if I had the idea, they're the ones that helped me put it together. Because without this whole team of people that you don't see in this room, otherwise none of this would happen.
So if you ever see spilled water and it kind of goes like that, that's Abel. So doing a podcast, I had to
bring it back in.
Right there.
Yeah.
So I mean, I call BS, dude. I think you're a great role model. I think you're.
Oh, hold on. Let's stop there. I had this conversation with Brett the other day. I don't consider myself a role model, and I don't even want to be one. I have such a long tail that so many people can step on
Charles Barkley.
that I just don't even want to go there. So let's go ahead and scratch that out. We'll edit that out.
Call him BS again. So we don't have choices. People act like we have choices to make of being a role model or not. You either live a very truthful lifestyle or you don't. And the ones that do are role models. You can't say you're not. I get the humble pie.
No,
crap,
it's not even that. It's just, here's the thing.
Wait, stop being humble. You're a role model, dude. And that's just how it should be. And it is. So I'm going to stop you there.
I think that what I want to point out is what I want to point out is that when society or a group of friends or people around you consider you a role model, it gets slippery because there's a lot of things that I've done in my life that I'm not happy about, right?
Thus the Michael Jackson.
And there you go. And so it's just kind of like, man, a person in my position is undeserving of all this friendship, of all this love, of all this support. So you just do your best. You do your best, but it doesn't mean that you're a role model. It's just someone doing their best. That's all.
Okay. Maybe role model isn't. Maybe you're right in the sense that it's not the right word. But you're a good example of how to live.
Well, I'm trying.
You know what I mean?
I'm trying to do my best.
And that's what I mean.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do my best. That's all.
We all can just try to be a good example. I mean, whether you like it or not, if you're a total ass, you would be a role model to kids who are aspiring to be total jerks. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
People find you who have like minds. So if you're living a truthful life, people find you.
So here's the best thing about all this, about being at the studio, right? Like just being surrounded. I mentioned this quite often. I'm being surrounded by so many people that are smarter than me, better than me, have better ideas than me, and know how to do things better than me. Because you guys allow me to kind of be myself and play with my ideas, but then you guys make everything a lot better by reinforcing it with your perspectives and your abilities, right? So like AJ comes to mind, you come to mind. Mr. Alex comes to mind. Christina behind the scenes all the time. So many people to name. Mr. Brett,
And so it always goes back to this ADHD for me,
Ryan,
right? I have great ideas. I mean, I've been told my ideas are $1 million ideas. I never implement them. But when I hang out with you, it's like, hey, let's do it. Okay, let's do it.
Well, I'm supportive because I believe in you.
Hey, thank you. I believe in you.
No, really. I mean, look, I was having this conversation with Mr. Will the other day, and we were talking about...
Well, you have nice hair.
We were talking about the classes that we do Monday through Friday for the kids, right? And it's a brand new class every single day. And that's a commitment that we made and that we continue to sustain. That means that there's people that have to get together and work on that and edit and put it up and all that stuff, right? And he goes, hey, I have an idea for something. He's like, yeah, I'm all ears. What's up? He goes, what if we start doing, continue doing the classes, but do some live ones also, because I see that you guys are doing with the adults and the teens and they love it. And I'm like, let's do it. I said, do you want to spearhead that? I said, I'll support you in it. Let's do what we got to do for it. And it was his idea. I'm just adding some support. And now we're doing live classes for kids. And you know what? It's a fantastic idea, because even though the kids can do the other classes as well, they should have something dedicated for them. They're our future. They should have something dedicated just for them from us. And we're making it happen.
See, right there in my head, Whitney Houston, I believe that children are our future. Just came in my head. You should be singing that. Like,
so, like, when you told me about,
hey, listen, when you
told me, and they are, and they're the future of this actual school. You know, you and I will be gone, and this school has to keep on going. You know what I mean?
Hey, talking about music, my wife and a lot of people think I'm crazy.
You are,
but I've made my own funeral playlist.
That's actually not crazy.
Really? Oh, good. I'm glad.
I don't think that's crazy because I've actually thought of that as well.
Yeah, see,
so
we're both crazy, dude. We're both crazy. Yeah, dude.
I actually went to one of my buddies' father's funeral, and he made his own playlist.
Really?
And man,
that's what I'm saying.
You want to send a message from beyond the grave?
Yeah. Who else knows better what to say to everybody when they're through music? You know?
Yeah, man. That's not crazy. It's not. I don't think it's crazy.
Also, when I have a funeral, I want to party, like DJ, everything, like
a DJ at your funeral.
Yeah.
You mean like those, like that beat?
So I want a trio.
The guys like with the casket.
Dude, if I'm getting buried, I want a trio at the website.
No, but have you seen the video I'm talking about?
No.
It's a casket, and then there's like 6.
Oh, yeah.
and they dance and stuff.
No, not that kind
Okay.
No, like after party.
Why are we even talking about this right now?
I don't know how it came up, but it popped in my head. I don't know why. We're talking about Coco and that stuff. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Beep beep.
You know, it's life though. It's life. We're talking about legacy and what we're doing in life and what we like when we're gone, what we want to leave behind. And so, yeah, it's appropriate. I think it's planning. That's all it is. It's planning. It's taboo though in our culture to talk about. Well, first off, it's taboo to even say I went to go buy a plot, let alone say I put a whole song and list together for this, you know. So it's kind of.
If you have kids, taboo. You need to buy your own plot. If you believe we went through that. You don't want to leave issues behind. That's a bad situation to go through.
Yeah.
Not knowing what you're gonna do with somebody and doing this for a week.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know how I got on that topic.
I don't know.
That's
kind of crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and reel you back.
I was
okay?
reeling back in there. That's a little weird.
It's a little dark, but it's okay because
Christina, check that out. How did we go dark all of a sudden?
Because we gotta talk about this stuff, and it's okay to bring it out there. If it starts a conversation somewhere for someone, fantastic, right? Because you do gotta plan for that stuff.
By the way, I found out Albert Einstein played the violin.
Albert Einstein played the
violin. I told you.
Yeah, see, smart mathematics. People. I'm telling you. Westminster Arts Academy, Francis Rios. Awesome guy, awesome school. You guys got to check that out. What else we got?
Make sure you hit the like button down at the bottom. Just let us know that you're watching. Like, give us some feedback. If things are going too long, too short, probably too long.
Too long.
Yeah, we want to know what's
Listen,
going
guys,
on.
we don't know much about anything, but we like to talk, and we are usually talking from the heart. And hopefully you guys are enjoying some of this. Hopefully it does something for you guys at home. If it made you smile at least once, then we did our job.
Yeah.
This is as much therapeutic for me as I hope it is for you. What I mean by that is that during this quarantine, if I'm not talking, I had to hold it all in, and it's not okay for me.
I also think there's a lack of oxygen in the room, and that we lose our minds a little bit while we're doing it. So it's like
it's hot. It's
like a natural high.
Yeah. So, but anyways, so we hope that you're getting something from this. If it made you laugh, made you smile, made you think about something, fantastic. Then we're doing our job. We are trying to get better at this. We just got this mic, and we're trying to learn how to use it. We're trying to bring better quality. And hopefully our outlines and stuff get better as well, and everything we bring to you guys gets better.
Follow us at Blackbelt Collective. Follow... What's your name
Blackbelt
again?
Collective Kramaga.
I forgot your name.
It was Gary. Oh, no, wait, I'm Abel. He's Gary. I'm Abel. Yes. Simple Man 0707.
It's getting hot, dude.
Simple Man 0707 on IG.
At Gary H72 on IG.
Blackbelt Collective Kramaga on IG as well. Cool.
I do stuff on Facebook, but I'm not crazy about Facebook.
All right, we love you guys. We're going to open the doors because we're about to pass out. There's no air in here. Peace.
See you next time.